So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the energies as we're moving out of 2019, which is the end of a whole decade, and into a new one that is 2020 vision. I don't know if y'all seen The Matrix or y'all know about 2020 vision, but yeah, there's a big shift happening. So I want to highlight a few things. I will be using astrology. I know most of my followers don't really look into the details of astrology, so I will try and generalize as much as I can without confusing y'all. There's a few points I want to make. So I'll be talking about Saturn, Capricorn, Pluto, and yeah, so I'll be talking about mainly about them three. So let's start with Capricorn. We just had the lunar eclipse, the full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is to do with karma. Capricorn is to do with structure. Capricorn is to do with organization. So on a global level, on a bigger level, it's to do with government, and it's to do with corporations, and on a individual level, it's to do with the structure of your life and the structure of you, and karma to do with who you are. Saturn is at home when it's in Capricorn. Saturn is to do with social conformity. It's to do with time, conformity, and this really ties in with Capricorn. That's why they make 2 and 2: organization, conformity, time, karma. So with the whole government things that have been happening, there has been a lot of planets in Capricorn recently. A lot of planets, a lot of activity in Capricorn, not just Saturn, but a lot of movement of the planets have been in the astrological point of Capricorn moving through. So you really see this with how the government, the EU, Donald Trump, all that shit, you really see that happening, how everyone's just like shh, shh. So if you're into astrology, you know there's a higher energy above so many things, everything basically. So moving on to Pluto. Pluto is to do with deep transformation. It's about death and rebirth. It's about why you are here. It's about what are you here to heal from. It's about what the fuck is in your closet and what do you have to purge out, what do you have to clear out of the dark, what have you experienced that you need to clear, what is happening behind closed doors. That is Pluto, right? So what's about to happen in January 2020 is that Pluto and Saturn, there is something, about Pluto and Saturn when they are at certain angles and at certain points. And this is dated back all to the early 1900s, even before, but it dates back to the First World War, and it continues to go on. And there's something about them when they meet up, or they are directed at each other, or they form certain angles with each other. Big things happen, and it is documented. And if you're watching this, I hope it's because you know that there's a power in astrology. So please just take on board what I'm saying, and go and do your own reading, or go and watch more videos about it. Also why I'm highlighting this is because this is about to set a 35 to 8 year tone. This is, if you're young, this is your life. This is your life. If you're my age, whatever age you are, this is the rest of your life. Let's just put it that way. But if you're young, this is setting the tone for the rest of your life. So Pluto is about deep transformation. Saturn is to do with time. And what's about to happen in January 2020 is Pluto and Saturn are about to conjunct. They are about to align in the same sign, Capricorn. During that time, the sun and the moon, when it's the next eclipse, in January 2020, in Capricorn, the light and the dark is literally about to go phew. And this is why we call it portals, or we call it dimensions, because what's about to happen, it's an end of a cycle, and a new one is about to be birthed. And basically Saturn and Pluto, every time they've met previously, for a long time, Saturn has been in an earth sign. Earth signs are very thoughtful. Earth signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. They think a lot. So, because Saturn has been in an earth sign, Pluto has been able to transform on not so much of an intense level. It has felt intense. It even has felt intense for me. But now I understand that, wow, I would rather be doing this work now and have been doing this work, my shadow work on myself, than go into 2020 and not have done the work, basically. Because Saturn is about to say, Pluto, what is good? What's in the dark? What is in your closet? And it's going to have no choice but to expose Pluto and the darkness, because Saturn is moving into an earth sign. Saturn is going to be at home in Capricorn. In an earth sign, it's going to be like, I'm here, what's good? Exposure is about to happen. What's really happening is about to be shown. It won't be sweet, it won't be nice, it won't be without a fight. Okay, I want to just describe 3 types of people. People who are unaware of the shift, people who know the shift, and people who are actually getting with the shift. So what I mean about that, people who don't actually have to do inner work and work on their shadow self. People who are aware they have to do inner work, but they're being lazy, and they know they have things to transform from and heal, but they're holding themselves back. And people who are actually doing the work and working on themselves and healing themselves. So for the people who are unaware of the shift, I don't know, maybe they have a family at home and they live the 9-to-5 job and they're happy and they're comfortable. You can stay happy and comfortable and live your best life in the way that you believe to be your best life. However, just know that that tone is going to be set for the rest of your life. If you're someone who has that in mind, if you're comfortable with living your life like that, go ahead and do it. The tone is going to be set for the next 38 years. For people who don't know, for people who know the shift and aren't getting with it and are not doing the work, but they know they have work to do. If you do not do the work, if you do not feed your soul, meditate, jog, read, whatever way you feed your soul, making sure that it's light and it's healthy and it's a way for you to release and recharge. Do whatever you feel that is for you, right? But if you're not doing that, you're gonna miss the shift. You're gonna miss it. And as an offset, the next decade, it will feel like you're getting dragged. Of course, you're the creator of your own reality and you can do anything you put your mind to at any point, but I'm talking about overall energies and overall tones. It's like the stars have your back. The stars have had our back, right? The stars have had my back. The stars have had your back these past few years. Divine has shown itself in my life. Divine has shown itself in people you know's lives, or even your life yourself. But come 2020, it's like a door is closing and a new one's opening. It's like, if you know about dimensions, the 5D is about to open. And if you haven't done your work, you can't get your seat. But you can get your seat, but it might just take you a lifetime to do. Moving on to people who know the shift and have been doing the work, great, continue to, you know it. I didn't even have to speak to y'all. All I have to go with, breathe through it. And once you know your direction is right, keep going forward. And I swear it's going to be less intense. If you have done your work, it is going to be less intense. I use myself as an example, yeah. 2015, I awakened in 2015. I was 17 years of age. I'm 22 now, it's 2019. In that time space, I have evolved. I have learned so much about myself. I have learned so much about spirituality, the world. I have learned so much from books. I have published my own book. I have got a degree. I have purged the darkness out of me. I have revisited everything that I've experienced. I have been to meditation retreat. I have cut myself off from the world for 100 hours. I have faced myself. I have surrendered to myself. I have handed myself over to God. I have handed myself over to the divine. I have handed myself over to the stars. I have become a vessel, and it has been difficult. It has felt like I'm actually purging, like I'm actually vomiting. I have had so many sleepless nights, so many. I have tossed and turned for so many nights, but it all makes sense now, and I find so much clarity in knowing why I have been going through this since 2015, because Divine needed me to. Divine said, okay, you're going to start going through this 2015 because I know you're so sure of yourself. I'm so sure of myself. I know that it's going to take you this long for you to come through and for you to be at peace and for you to hand yourself over to higher power. So I'm going to start with you from 2015, and in 2019 is the only time you're going to feel that things are coming full circle. 2019, only now, I can't even explain. Words can only do so much. If you know me, you know. So I'm just using myself as an example. I have very deep things that I've had to heal from beyond this lifetime. I have really had to take position for myself and become the light, hopefully. And evidently, a lot of people don't have to spiritually purge like I have. I mean, I hope you don't. But I'm just saying that because although it's taken me 4 years, it can take you 4 months. You know? It can take you 4 months to be whole, because we're all individual. It can take you 4 weeks. It can take you 4 months. Don't even put a time on it. But I'm just using me as an example. It's taken me 4 years, and it's all been because this shift that is happening right now and what we're moving into. Because if you have purpose and you're not in position for your purpose because you're drunk or you're on drugs or you're on your phone or you're in the shops buying fucking shoes all the time, and you have purpose and you're not in position and you're not owning your authenticity and you're not staying true to who you are, it's not going to be a nice time. It was literally going to add karmic debt onto your whole life. Or would you rather live in karmic credit? So there is not a better time these next few months to work on yourself. You have to connect with your heart as much as you can. What is your heart telling you to do? What does your heart want you to do? I just looked at the video, as I said, heart, and it was 11:11, the timing of the video. What does your heart want you to do? Can you hear your heart? Can you feel your heart? If you can't, you have pain that you have to clear. Please do whatever is necessary for you to clear your pain. If you don't know how to go about it, I published a whole book on how I cleared my pain and how I suggest that other people could heal theirs as well. Just know that the universe has always got your back. Know that it is time that you are dedicated to yourself. You can't be dedicated to anything other than yourself. It's not the time to be connected with low frequency energies. It's really, really not. Do not make attachments to low frequent energies. Let me not use the word connection. Attachment. Do not attach yourself to low frequency energies. Now is the time that you have to be working on yourself. It may require isolation, but trust me, it will pay off, because Saturn is about to be at home in Capricorn, and it's about to be time, and it's about to say to Pluto, what have you been doing in the dark? And if you have not been transforming to light, it will be exposed. It will show. If you have not been doing the work, it will show. And if you have been doing the work, it will show. It's about to be a time of karmic credit. But it can easily be karmic debt if you know the shift and you ain't getting with it. It can be easily be karmic debt. So it's really time to be in karmic credit, because karmic credit for the rest of your life. Or would you like to live in debt and be trying to fight out when the stars don't have your back anymore because they've moved on and you missed the download because you were scrolling on your phone on Instagram? We're so caught up on materialistic things, we're so caught up in our phones and technology that we do not actually realize that we are becoming blocked dumbed down, and we will not be able to get out of the pit that we're in if we continue to live blocked in our phones all the time. You'll have to connect with this, you'll have to activate this, and you'll have to go higher. Imagine a bird, right? A bird flapping its wing, it can't fly yet, it's only just been born. This time and these past few years have been this process, flap, 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 flap. You're learning how to flap your wings. People have been taking off and flying, and it shows. People have been got their wings and they're soaring the sky, and it's showing. And people are doing that right now. And come 2020, you don't want to be still flapping your wings, baby, because the stars have moved on. And the meaning of the stars and the meaning of the planets in certain positions for you to tap into yourself, they've moved on. So it's going to be more difficult for you to tap into yourself and heal. I know a few people who are going through it and who have been going through it this year. I know people who feel like they're getting dragged, and it's because it's dragging you, because what's about to come, God needs you and the divine needs you. The divine needs you to be dragged now so that you can make it into the next dimension, into the next portal. If you're not dragged now, you're going to be in this cycle for 38 years like a hamster on a wheel. So if you're going through something, I promise you it's going to ease up. It will ease up. But please just stay committed to yourself, your heart. Ask your heart, what do you need? What is it? What do you need to feel? What is it? And you have to just learn to love yourself in the process. I have become a vessel, and it has been difficult. It has felt like I'm actually purging, like I'm actually vomiting. I have had so many sleepless nights. So many. I have tossed and turned for so many nights, but it all makes sense now, and I find so much clarity in knowing why I have been going through this since 2015, because Divine needed me to. Divine said, okay, you're going to start going through this 2015 because I know you're so sure of yourself, I'm so sure of myself. I know that it's going to take you this long for you to come through and for you to be at peace and for you to hand yourself over to higher power. So I'm going to start with you from 2015, and in 2019 is the only time you're going to feel that things are coming full circle. 2019, only now, I can't even explain. Words can only do so much. If you know me, you know. So I'm just using myself as an example. I have very deep things that I've had to heal from beyond this lifetime. I have really had to take position for myself and become the light, hopefully. And evidently, a lot of people don't have to spiritually purge like I have. I mean, I hope you don't. But I'm just saying that because although it's taken me 4 years, it can take you 4 months. You know? It can take you 4 months to be whole, because we're all individual. It can take you 4 weeks. It can take you 4 months. Don't even put a time on it. But I'm just using me as an example. It's taken me 4 years, and it's all been because this shift that is happening right now and what we're moving into. Because if you have purpose and you're not in position for your purpose because you're drunk or you're on drugs or you're on your phone or you're in the shops buying fucking shoes all the time, and you have purpose and you're not in position and you're not owning your authenticity and you're not staying true to who you are, it's not going to be a nice time. It was literally going to add karmic debt onto your whole life. Or would you rather live in karmic credit? I hope that makes sense. I hope everything ties in. Just know that now is the time to be dedicated to yourself. Put your heart first and nothing else. Your heart, not the person who sat next to you. Your heart. You have to put your heart first now. Remember, it's all about going slower while things are going faster. The government is like this, you know, we get fucking news headlines all the time, bang, 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 bang. We have to go slower. So yeah, I hope everything ties together. I actually didn't have a plan of what I'm going to say in this video. I didn't write anything beforehand. I did just speak freely. So I hope it all ties together, and I hope you take something from it, and I hope it makes sense, and I hope that you stay true to you, and I hope that you become light in whatever way you need to. And you'll be hearing more from me.